Welcome back to 843 TV at Schiller and Hamilton. And I always love coming here because we get to talk about so many great topics about community impact. And Kevin, we're going to be talking with you, and good to see you again.
Good to see you too. How are you doing?
We're good. Always great to come back and share a little bit about you with the viewers before we get started on our topic today.
Yeah, so always a pleasure having you. My name is Kevin Phillips. Been an associate attorney here with Schiller and Hamilton for about 2.5 years. It's a great team, and really been enjoying the whole thing.
I know you do a lot for the community too from our past conversations, but today we're going to talk about Social Security disability. Let's explain that first of all.
Okay. So here at Schiller and Hamilton, we do handle Social Security disability claims for people. And get a lot of phone calls, a lot of questions about it. One thing that I think is really important for people to understand about Social Security disability is that when someone applies for that, they are essentially applying for the money that they have paid into the system. Anyone that's ever gotten a paycheck out there and they see that chunk that Uncle Sam takes out, and like I said, anyone that's ever worked and gets that paycheck has seen that money that's taken out, and that money is set aside into the Social Security, system. So when you do apply for Social Security disability, you're essentially applying for what you have put into it. One of the quickest ways that someone can be denied Social Security disability benefits is if they have not paid in enough. They use the term quarters. If you have not paid enough quarters into the system, you aren't eligible. So I always think that's really important. A lot of people have that misconception, where's this money coming from? What is this? And it is the money that you have throughout your working life. Every paycheck you get that you've put into that you are now requesting back for the reason that you are unable to now work.
Let's talk about that. What are some reasons somebody could apply? What would be a situation?
So essentially it's a gigantic list of ailments, disabilities, but what the terminology that the Social Security Administration and the law uses is that you are unable to engage in substantial employment for 12 months. So you either have to be unable to work for 12 months or have some sort of disability or ailment that is projected to keep you out of work for 12 months. And that is the terminology, is that it's unable to engage in substantial employment. So it's that you essentially are unemployable. An employer is not going to hire someone based on whatever they have. It can be one ailment, or it can be a multitude that combine together to make someone deemed disabled.
So is it a 12-month period where you would have to reapply every year? How does that work?
No. So essentially, when people come to us, the first step we tell them is to just apply. So people apply, and there's two ways to apply. Essentially, you can go physically to the office, and here in Beaufort County, we do have a Social Security office. It's on Robert Smalls Parkway. But also people can go online to socialsecurity.gov. The website's very user-friendly, easy to go through. When you go to the website, it literally says disability, apply now. You click on that button and go through the process. They're going to ask you some questions about your work history to see if you have worked enough to pay into the system. They're going to ask you medical history, the doctors you've been to, and then they're going to do their own investigation and come up with a determination that either you are disabled or you are not disabled. If you are approved, you're approved and good to go. They do a calculation based on the money you've paid in, and then you will now receive a monthly benefit. If you are denied, you have 60 days to appeal that decision, and that's where we get involved.
That was my question. If it's an easy process, what is the need to have your system?
If you get denied, you'll get a letter in the mail that denies you, and that says that you've been denied. You receive an unfavorable decision. You have 60 days, and that 60 days is really important. You have 60 days to appeal that decision, and once you miss that 60-day mark, the window closes and you got to start over. So the people that we handle are people that have applied, been denied, and the reasons they get denied are for a multitude of reasons. A lot of times the Social Security Administration doesn't have all the medical records before they make a decision. They don't have all the information, so they don't have a complete picture when they make the decision. They get denied we talk to someone, we say, okay, this is not right. They need to have all the full picture before they make the decision, determine if you are disabled or not. And then we handle the appeal process going forward.
Gotcha. So if someone is rejected, they need to contact you. And, that window is kind of short because it
2 months,
takes so long to get
60 days.
paperwork together and so many different
And the
things.
process is a long process. Once you apply, it takes months. I don't know if you know anything about the federal government, but it doesn't move very quickly. So
I think most people probably figure that.
So it is a long process. You apply, and it takes months to get that first decision. If you are denied, we file what's called a request for reconsideration, essentially an appeal. That takes months. If that gets denied, then we request a hearing in front of an administrative judge. That takes months, but I will say, though, it is a very rewarding process when you get that wrong decision overturned. When you have a client in here, some of my Social Security disability cases have been some of the most rewarding because people come in, they obviously cannot work. You can look at these people and go, no one's going to hire this person. And they are on really tough times. They can't pay their bills, their house, and the food on the table. And they're going through this process. It's taking months. And then we finally get this wrong decision overturned and get them a favorable decision. And now they're able to get that monthly benefit and put food on the table, pay the bills. And they literally they've cried after we've gotten good decisions in this office.
I'm sure, cried of joy. And I'm glad you brought that up because the purpose I feel like that you all have here at the law firm is to genuinely help people because you have a heart for it, of course. And of course, the law process is what it is. Yes, but I'm so glad to always talk with you all because you always have great stories, community impact, and helping people for the right reasons. So we thank you, and we thank Bennett, and we thank you all for watching 843 TV, where communities come to speak.